Hey everyone, a great question came in through Instagram pertaining to the one-arm push-up or the one-arm, one-leg push-up. And within that movement, this student was asking about the weight shift that occurs that he has seen or observed other students doing and performing, which is simply means they're taking their hips and they're moving it over towards the working side or the working arm. So let me demonstrate what that is so you can see and put a visualization on what I'm talking about here. So when you set up in your push-up, what he's observing is that a lot of people are shifting their weight, their hip, to the working arm and then performing their push-up. Now, the question was, is that cheating? Is that just a different way of doing it? Well, there's a lot of organizations out there. I should say there's one organization out there that is teaching that weight shift or even opening the hip. Now, that never made sense to me because if you think about it, any kind of weight shift or opening the hip is going to shift weight to the working arm, which makes the push-up harder. So I prefer to have those hips as square as possible as if you're doing a regular push-up. Now, is that harder to perform? Absolutely. Will it benefit you over time? Yes. So this is why I teach the push-up, the one-arm push-up and the one-arm, one-leg push-up as squared off as I possibly can without any weight shift. And I do that in various ways using yoga blocks and stuff like that. But the point is, the weight shifting, in my opinion, does not help the one-arm push-up. So if you can, while you're training this movement, try to do it in a way that is going to be as square as possible with even distribution of tension throughout the whole body. So what does that look like? Well, here's a regular push-up. Here is the one-arm push-up. So you notice, and then here's the weight shift push-up. Okay, now, you can see the difference between the two. Now, is the weight shift push-up, is that still impressive to be able to do? Absolutely. Is it wrong? No. But is it the most efficient way? I don't think so. I think there's a better way to do it, which was the one I demoed, where I kept very straight and very flat. Now, something to think about. This is just based off of my experience performing and teaching this for many, many years, even before there was ever a curriculum on the one-arm push-up. I would play around with a lot of bodyweight movements. And in that time of practicing and playing around, I noticed some things that would help me execute the push-up better. So instead of thinking about weight shifting, I want you to think about lengthening. So take the weight shift, move it off to the side, and think about lengthening. Now, when you're performing the one-arm push-up on the left side, meaning your left arm is on the ground, obviously the right leg, that reciprocal pattern, that right leg is going to be active. The left leg is not so active. So that's why when you perform that one-arm push-up, when you do it correctly, that opposite leg will kind of pop up off the ground. Okay, that's normal. But in order to avoid the weight shift, why not lengthen that leg? And now this works really well when you're on a surface that you can slide the foot. So you could try this on a slide board or on hardwood with socks on, something like that. But I'm going to try to demo this as best I can. But here's what I want you to think about. When I'm doing the push-up, so I'm going to do it on the right side, which means my left leg is going to be active. So I need to try to lengthen my right leg. So as I'm descending into my push-up, I want to push that leg out behind me, meaning I'm trying to lengthen it as much as I can. What that's going to do is it's going to stop me from weight shifting, and it's going to evenly distribute the tension throughout my body. All right, so let me demo this. So left side, Right leg is gonna be tight. Now I'm gonna try to lengthen this leg. So imagine arrows are going diagonally towards these Indian clubs. So I'm gonna try it here. So I'm gonna try it here, and I want you to watch this left foot. So if you notice, that left foot is dragging. I'm actually lengthening my body as I descend. A little secret, a little tip. I did a video on this. I think an instructor asked me this years ago, and I made a video about this. Lengthen that leg. If you think of lengthening instead of weight shifting, you're gonna completely change the feeling of the push-up. And it makes executing that push-up much easier. So I would try this on a surface that you can move that leg, whether it's hardwood or a slide board or anything that you can think of. And it is only gonna move maybe an inch or two, but it's enough to create length and keep the body from rotating. Try it out.